Hey, hello everybody, my name is Kunkka and I'm bringing you guys viewer playcast number 61 if I'm not mistaken, which it looks like I'm not mistaken, so sweet. And this is a Dota 2 casted Reddit casted edition. I always say that backwards. So that means that, well, this is sent by somebody from Reddit. They just basically posted on the casted page. And shout out to the casted Reddit page, because it's a Reddit casted page, because it's pretty awesome. Whenever I need replays in a pinch, I can definitely go there and I can trust those videos. Trust that there will be a lot of videos that nobody casted, because a lot of them won't last for like 3 hours. Good endurance casting. Anywho, enough of my personal problems and all that stuff set aside. Like I said, this was sent in by somebody from there. So, yeah, that's two things. That's a good and bad thing. One, usually people who post it, they don't necessarily post who they played, so I don't actually know who played this game. But with that said, this is a viewer replay cast, and as you guys know with me, I'm not going to tell you guys who sent it in until the very end, because the general assumption is the person who sent it in is probably on the team that won. And we don't want no spoilers here, because spoilers are bad, spoilers are no fun. Spoilers spoil the fun, and can't think of anything else, or any other way I can put that. So this will be my second time recording this one. I didn't make it halfway through before my computer very, very graciously blue screened on me. So hopefully I can make it through this one, all the way through. That said, I didn't see too terribly much. It did happen relatively early in the game, so not many spoilers from me, but doesn't matter. You guys haven't seen this yet, so you guys don't really care about that, do you? I was gonna see free camera, no broadcasters, fog of war, both teams. Okay, cool. And we're just gonna wait for these guys to go and get picked on up. We see a Kunkka, we see an Invoker. I'm actually excited because we see an Invoker. Will we see a Quas Exort Invoker? Will we see a Quas Wex Invoker? Will we see the straight up Exort Invoker? I don't really know. I really don't know, but we'll see very soon. We'll see as the game pans out. Ooh, we got a Prophet, yay, pushing, and we got a Tidehunter as well, so some pretty cute things can happen from the Radiant. They can definitely go for some easy team fight, because Kunkka's team fight, Tidehunter's team fight, Puck, she's really nice with the Dream Coil for team fight as well. So, I mean, again, the Radiant side, they do have a slight team fight advantage, but then again on the Dire side, they do have a lot of people who can take out targets pretty fast, and they got a Bounty Hunter as well, so, yeah, that ought to be fun. Mid-game loss should not happen for the Dire. So, these guys are still waiting. I'm sorry, I'm waiting for one side to get fully picked up, so let me go take a look at the things around the map. So we got the flags here, and this flag looks like it's, I don't know, it's a little rotted, but it's pretty nice condition. Whereas this flag, oh my gosh, it's like, did you even try to take care of your flag, guys? The Dire flag looks horrible, man. Look at that thing. It's like all tattered up and stuff, like somebody's chewing on it. I think Lina was hungry and she said, "Oh, flag, eat flag," and she ate the flag. I ate the bones. I ate the bones. Anyway, someone's waiting for one side to get fully picked up, and both sides are taking their sweet time. So let me continue stalling with random things around the map. Moving over here in the jungle, we have candles that surprisingly don't let you get vision, which is kind of sad. So we got all of these candles, but you can't get vision. That is weird. Is that true for all of them? Yeah, we got torches and candles, and oh my gosh, what's going on with all this? Like, why do these guys have candles? Do they read books at night when they're not getting killed by heroes? Is that what it is? Anyway. So yes, someone's at the door, so we got to pause, but the whole entire Dire side is picked up. So let me go and do introductions, start on this side. Start off with this Invoker. We see wait, don't on him. And let me make sure I switched my overlay correctly. I definitely did. Thank you. Moving over down bottom to this Lina, we see Oto Forever on Lina. On this Bounty Hunter, we see Hype on him. And on Dazzle, we see Higus.Motley Sheep on Dazzle. And last but not least, on this Tiny, we see Shit Clown on him. Moving on to the rating side, we see Shanks. Not Thanks, but Shanks. That's right, guys. It's a little bit less friendly than Thanks. On that Puck. Over down here near the river, we see Dub Fire on that Prophet. So he's probably listening to Dub Step while he's killing stuff. LOL. Moving over to this, moving over to this Kunkka. That's not Kunkka. There's Kunkka. Darn it, Kunkka, stop moving. Yeah, on this Kunkka, we see Not to Dragon Neil on Kunkka. And on this Tidehunter, who's still in the river, or sorry, who's still near the fountain, we see Ats-Akuma. He looks like he's rushing for something. Maybe bottle? Don't know. Actually, no, if he was rushing for bottle, he would have it already. And on this CK, we see Las Putas de Puron. And I'm pretty sure it says something bad, but just to make it feel a little bit better about bad things happening, we got Snell, the courier, and I definitely do want one of these one day, but I'm not going to pay that $15 for it, because I am cheap. Or 10, however much you're trying to charge for it. too much money. That's the end of the story. So as far as the lane matchups go, see mid, we got a Invoker versus Puck matchup. It should be I would think this would be Invoker's favor. Mainly because Invoker's a little bit more flexible than Puck, but Puck does do quite a bit of burst damage, and Invoker, he's lacking on in the HP department. Actually, so is Puck. Wow, Puck is really lacking in the HP department. Never realized that. Anyway, down bottom we got Kunkka versus Bounty, and Kunkka should have a lot of fun this lane because he gets free damage on Bounty, whether the Bounty goes invisible or not. Moving on top, we got a dual lane on tri lane. We got a Tidehunter CK versus a Dazzle, Lina, and Tiny. So by the looks of it, the Dire should have the advantage this lane. All the supports have to do is just really keep these guys off the lane, and they should win this lane pretty hard. I would imagine. Especially with Tidehunter having only regen. Looks like he's rushing for something big. It could be a Blink Dagger first, which I still don't agree with. Blink Dagger first, very, very risky thing to go for because, I mean, it just makes you a walking ulti. And Tidehunter's ulti has, what, a cooldown of a minute 50 seconds. I mean, that means you're very scary every 3 minutes, essentially. And that's not what you want to have as your Tidehunter. You want your Tidehunter to be very scary all the time. Especially since he's a giant Leviathan, whatever the heck that is. You want that bottom, Kunkka and Bounty just trading blows back and forth. Last hit to denies is going to see who's in the lead of that. We see Puck is actually in the lead of the last hit to denies. Invoker, he's slacking quite a bit. Only 4 last hits versus Puck's 10 last hits. And Invoker is going for the Quas X-Sword Invoker. Or maybe just X-Sword Invoker, not too sure. But he has Cold Snap built up already, so he might be trying to be a little bit aggressive on top of Puck, especially since Puck's feeling pretty brave. Puck does lose your orb forward. That's Invoker's Q to jump in and go for the fight. Meanwhile, we got Bounty down bottom doing a lot, or taking a lot of damage from the Kunkka. And up top, we got these guys just having a nice little standoff. So I'm just trying to watch this mid because Invoker's getting really low. And Puck is actually going to go for the dive. Those are the illusion orb. Illusion orb does miss. That isn't illusion orb level 2, so it does do quite a bit of damage. 140 damage when it passes through you. Meanwhile, up top, we see the farming simulator going on both sides. They're just, just playing that fun game. Actually, no, technically, Prophet is playing farming simulator because he's on the high ground. He's playing on easy mode. And mid, we see Invoker. He did throw a cold snap on top of Puck. He's trying to go for the kill. He does have an Exort, or sorry, he does have a Sunstrike built up, so he could go for the kill, but no, he's not going to go for it. And this is kind of funny because his essences are hanging out of his cape, which is pretty strange. Don't think I've ever seen that before. Glitch in the game, please nerf Valve. Kunkka doing a little bit of damage to Bounty Hunter just by virtue of just being there. CK taking a lot of damage on top of stun coming up from Tiny on top of Tidehunter. Tidehunter does go down. Lina able to pick up the kill on top of that. Meanwhile, we got down bottom. We got Bounty Hunter take a little bit of damage, and Puck actually gets a kill on top of Invoker. So kills happen simultaneously around the map. Both teams traded a kill, but the first blood did go to the Dire. So they're gonna be feeling a little bit better about that. Having first blood on top of Lina, that means faster boost for her, faster upgraded boots, faster upgraded courier, faster wards, more wards, and I don't know if they have wards. I can't check. Oh, they should have wards. Nobody bought wards. Ah, neither side bought wards. Well, this must have been a pub. Lols. Bounty Hunter down bottom, trying to get what little farm he can. Kunkka, Tidebringer's up. He is level 3 in that. So that's a little bit more harassment to Bounty, and Bounty's not gonna have a lot of fun. He's eating 100 damage every single time it comes out, so it's quite a bit for free. Invoker eating a nice little illusion orb to the face. Puck does have level 3, yes, level 3 illusion orb, and now Invoker's gonna go for the kill. He throws out Sunstrike, throws out the cold snap. No Sunstrike to follow up. Not enough damage done to Puck, and Puck's actually out of bottle charges as well. Haste Room activated by Puck. She just wants to get her mana up. She might be going for something aggressive very soon. She is almost level 6. Invoker, he is almost level... Oh, it doesn't matter about Invoker's level 6. Bounty Hunter taking a lot of damage. He almost went down bottom. Kunkka looks like he threw out a Torrent to try to go for the kill, but the Torrent did miss. Meanwhile, Puck is just zooming on like a race car. She's a Fairy Dragon, guys. Fairy Dragons, I don't know if you guys know, but Fairy Dragons are like the most manliest of dragons because they're fairies, and they're also dragons. And if you don't believe me, just ask Crocker from Fairly Odd Parents. Anyway, Puck coming forward, throws out a beautiful illusion orb, catches 2. Will they be going for the kill on top of 1? She's going to chase Lina while the other one's chasing Dazzle. Dazzle does have a Shallow Grave. He should have Shallow Grave. Shallow Grave does get popped, and he's going to continue to run away. I don't know if he'll be able to make it out on live, though, because it's a lot of damage. Actually, no, he heals himself, but he should be fine. Nope, CK pulls him back in. He wants to go for the kill. Just a few more slaps to the back is all he needs, and he gets one more, and that's all he needs, really. Meanwhile, Puck was not able to pick out the Lina on the backside, and Tiny is coming forward. He wants to go for the kill on top of Puck. No stun coming up from Tiny, but stun does come up from Lina. Does land on top of both, and these guys will be disengaged fight. Tiny, he might want to try to beat these guys a little bit more. He does have another stun up and a few more mana, and as soon as it's up, he'll be able to go for the kill. But no, these guys do decide back away. So the Radiant very smart. So running away, not biting off more than they can chew, and Lina's on the run. Or sorry, Lina's on the chase. CK did go for a whoa, Sunstrike. Sunstrike Invoker. He was expecting the Puck to run away. But CK did go for a Soul Ring, which would be nice because it'll allow him to have guaranteed mana for his stun. But I'm not too sure how nice it would be because that's going to delay his armlet if he is going for one. That'll basically delay his armlet and or drum, whichever one he goes for. And Kunkka, he kind of hard to tell what he's going for. He could just have the courier act. Okay. The courier can activate items on you, such as a healing salve or clarity potion, and also can activate Dust of Appearance and Smoke of Deceit. Oh no, Smoke of Deceit. I don't think it can activate Dust of Appearance. Actually, I need to go test it out because that'd be kind of cool if it did. So anywho, we got a rotation coming in from Invoker, double damage on top of him. He also has Sunstrike ready to fire, so he'll be able to pop Sunstrike and then quickly switch over to Cold Snap. Whenever the combination does come through, CK, he's building himself a look, or I think he's building himself his drums soon. Not too sure. CK pops himself a Soul Ring, he runs forward. Invoker does come out, throws out the combination like I said before. Gets a kill on top of CK, easy kill is easy. And meanwhile, got Junko caught on top of Invoker. Invoker will be standing, trying to go for the man fight. Leviathan versus man. Who's going to win the fight? Of course, Dazzle does, because he gets tossed in. And he runs away. Eating a lot of tower damage, and Puck gonna hit him on the back around with all of that. Puck actually gonna go forward. She wants to go for the kill. She gets the kill on top of Dazzle, but she's gonna be dying very shortly. A lot of damage coming her way. Invoker does get the kill, so 1 for Invoker, 0 for Puck. Actually, sorry, 1 for Puck and 1 for Invoker. Now Kunkka does have level 4 inside of that Tidebringer, so that comes up every 4 seconds, which is probably one of the most annoying things in the world when you're facing up against, because that's a lot of free damage, especially when Kunkka gets his base damage up. It's what Tidebringer gives him 60 additional bonus damage, so whenever he does hit something, he's hitting for 79 plus 60, so 124. Well, probably not that exactly, but that's how much I hit bounty for. I think Tidebringer does 100% damage, or 100% cleave. Maybe it does 80% cleave. I don't know, something high, something high. Puck does TP top, and these guys still want to be aggressive on this top lane, so this top lane is essentially turned into a tri lane because Puck has spent so much time up here, it's not even funny. Invoker did go back mid to catch a little bit of farm, now he's running back on top, or he's thinking about it. Not too sure he's going to be going for, he could, no, he's going for drums, that's the most obvious thing. He has a gauntlet of strength, he also has a circlet. All he needs is the recipe, and he'll have those drums up very soon. Tidehunter still has nothing in his inventory, and let me look at the rest of them. Actually, no, fight happening. CK does get a 3-second stun on top of Tiny. Tiny can't turn around and throw the stun. Shallow Grave coming out from Dazzle right on top of Tiny. I think it might have been a little bit too early. Yes, Tiny does break the tether, and he does go down.
That's for your impertinence.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, Invoker found himself in Invis room, picks it up, walks into the jungle. He might be able to find himself a kill, or oh, never mind, he's going to go battle him instead. Kunkka might be in a lot of trouble here very soon. Kunkka's actually low HP, he's out of mana for boat. Bounty Hunter TP's in while invisible, and yeah, Kunkka's dead. This is a dead Kunkka. Invoker does throw out the does throw out the cold snap. That's all he really needed. He gets a kill on top of that Kunkka. Track gold going towards Gryffindor. And the stun coming out from CK on top of Lina. Lina could turn around, throw the stun, throw a Dragon Slave, possibly go for the kill on top of one of these guys. But no, she just has not to. TP's coming in. This is a TP coming in from Tiny. And he tosses himself a creep, probably want to toss Dazzle instead. Sunstrike coming up from Invoker, I don't know where it landed. It did land there it is. Landed right there. If it was a snake, it would have been me. You know, Bounty finally getting himself some much needed free farm down bottom. No Kunkka here to bother him because Kunkka is heading up top. It looks like it's going to be a push coming out from the Radiant here very soon. We got 3 people up top. Tidehunter is actually really low. He is not level 60 yet as well. Yeah, he is saving up for a blink dagger, which means that he'll be able to blink in and catch some people off guard once, but that's going to only happen at once every 3 minutes. Or actually, once every 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Torn coming up from Kunkka. Kunkka's Torn does miss, and that is the Whale Blade on Kunkka. I just realized that. Hit might have finished up by Prophet, so that's a little bit late, but I mean, it's not that late. He hasn't really been bothered too much. He hasn't really been involved, as far as I'm concerned, in the team fights. So he's been focused on getting that, and he finally decided not to farm on the high ground. He's farming on the low ground. Thank you, Prophet. Farm a lot faster. And he does block himself a creep cam. Meanwhile, on top, he's got a lot of damage happening on top of everybody. Tidehunter does go down. Easy kill is easy. No stats on Tidehunter means he's an easy pick off every single time. Lina throwing a few auto attacks on top of Puck. Puck going to be able to make it us on live. CK wants to go for stun. He pulls himself on the Dazzle. Throws an auto attack instead of popping the stun first. And the stun does come out. 4 seconds stun. I'm sorry, 3 seconds stun. Boat and Torrent coming out from Kunkka does miss everything. So that was definitely a fail boat. And everybody's perfectly healed up. So Dazzle does have 3 points out of that healing wave. Or shadow wave. Whatever. Same thing. Close enough. You guys know what I meant. And Bounty's up top, so these guys could go for a kill on top of this Puck. No, they're not going to. Nobody's really in position to actually follow up with the stun on top of Puck, make sure she can't run away. Actually, CK gets himself a stun on top of a illusion of somebody. I didn't see who it was. Yeah, Invoker illusion. And down bottom, Prophet still farming in the jungle, playing that farming simulator, jungle edition.
Come to me.
And Puck has built himself phase boost, so phase boost would be nice for Puck because it'll help her get that nasty position to actually get her illusion or sorry, her dream coil off in a nice spot.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Middle tower is under attack, as you heard the lady say. And meanwhile on top, what's going on? We got illusion invoker up front in the front line, just pushing the tower, getting a little bit of damage off.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
And Invoker's essences are still under his foot.
Under
That's kind of funny. Glitch with the replay, that's all I gotta say. It's like his cape is on fire or something. That's strange. What if it were really like that? That would suck. Anyway, top tower should be going out here very soon. These guys are going to go for as many right clicks as possible on top of this. CK is up top. He's the only one here to defend. If he does go a little bit too far ahead, he will be dying very promptly. Meanwhile, down bottom, we got Tidehunter plus Kunkka working together. Of all things, the irony coming out from this guys. As much as Tidehunter hates Kunkka, they're going to work together. And they're going to try to kill himself a tower.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
No fortify coming up from either side just yet. And Puck does find herself a nothing. She found herself a track coming up from Bounty Hunter. And don't forget, guys, Bounty Hunter's track does give you bonus move speed if you're the enemy. Or if you're if a Bounty Hunter's on your side, it does give you bonus move speed, which does become a factor usually when you're trying to chase for kills. Radiant structures are fortified on top. Top tower should be going out here very soon. CK throws out a stun on top of Tidehunter. Sorry, on top of a Tiny. And it won't really be able to stop anything. Puck wants to go for the kill. She might be going for a Dream Coil. She does throw a Dream Coil, but Tiny's a little bit too far away. She's trying to turn around, throws out a stun. And Invoker does get the kill on top of the tower. He might be dying here very soon. A little bit more damage is all I need. No, Shallow Grave coming up from Dazzle. And it's like Invoker's going to have a man fight with Puck. Fairy Dragon versus man, and Fairy Dragon wins the fight, of course. And Puck actually, jaunts. There you go. Actually jaunts around the backside. Prophet's going to be TPing in to help us ally out. Sound's coming up from Puck to make sure Tiny can't throw a stun. Tiny's actually out of mana to throw a stun. And Puck will be able to finish off the Tiny. He's not able to run far enough. Not able to juke fast enough, and he goes down while he died in amongst the trees. And Dazzle wants to go for a man fight as well. Not going to be able to have too much of a man fight. Heals himself, gets silenced up by Puck, and Puck looks like they should be able to get this kill on top of Dazzle because he's out of mana. So a few more attacks is all they need. CK eating a little bit of damage coming out from the courier, but he's fine. Oh, never mind. CK does go down. Wow. How'd he go down? Oh, CK went down to Sun Strike. Whoops, wrong button. There you go. And items galore getting bought up. Invoker did come back in time just for the Sun Strike as well. Drum of Endurance purchased up by Invoker. What else is purchased up? Kunkka's building stuff, like I said, a Battle Fury. I don't know if I said that, but he's building stuff cheap damage. So he's going for the Battle Fury. CK, he has that Soul Ring. I'm not too sure he's going to be going for next. I do hope he's going to be going for a Armlet soon. Because it's going to slowly but surely get past that point where it's becoming, or will be effective.
Double damage.
And Tidehunter trying to give himself a little bit of farm here. Bounty around the corner. Not going to really do much. And he does have a Medallion of Courage, so Medallion of Courage is a really nice item on Bounty. Especially when you're trying to go for the focus damage on top of somebody. When all your team are focusing on one person, with the right click damage coming out from Invoker, and eventually the right click damage coming out from Tiny, if he does ever make it to that point, which he's a long ways away from it. It should be easy kills all day. By mid, we see a grouping of people, we see a gaggle of Radiant people. They're all going to be here. Tiny throws a stun, a lot of damage coming out to CK. CK is going to be running away while he can. Tiny will be going down, he breaks himself at tether, and he does go down. Invoker does throw the Sunstrike, and we got Bounty Hunter about to be going down. He does get shot in the backside. Invoker Sunstrike, it did not hit anybody important. And these guys are caught inside the trees, and Dazzle's going to go ahead and follow his ally, heal him up a little bit. And Lina, wow, Lina ulti, it's her Lina ulti. Lina ulti through on top of Kunkka. Kunkka can take that damage just a little bit, because I think Lina's ulti only does like 400 damage, or something, 600 damage. Oh, accepted. Yeah, 450 damage. Invoker Sunstrike to fly. It does miss Kunkka just barely. I don't think it would have been enough damage to actually kill him though. And Invoker throwing a definite blast. Jeez, all these abilities coming out from middle of nowhere. Lina, she's on line up stun. Will she be a line up stun is a big question. They're gonna run into the jungle. Puck does have a blink dagger. It was delivered to her just now. Brave Lord Courier. Brave Lord Courier. And Puck looks like she's trying to bait a little bit more. I think she knows that there's a bounty hunter on her tail. Judging by the way Dazzle's following her. Yeah, there we go. She definitely knows. Track, throw on top of her. And Prophet's still in jungle farming up. He's going for straight up Desolate, so he's going for straight damage. And Bounty Hunter's waiting around the corner. Puck does throw a blind dust, and Dust does land on top of Bounty. Bounty's going to start running away. No more damage to fly out from anybody else. Tidehunter can blink forward as well. He blinks forward, and Bounty Hunter jukes around the backside. Tidehunter's stun does come out right before Tiny stun hits him. So just in time, and Tiny actually tosses the Tidehunter. Does a lot of damage. Torn coming up with Kunkka, almost able to kill the bounty. If only Kunkka has something to punch in the face, he will be able to get the kill. No, he's not going to be able to get the kill. He's not going to follow up. Meanwhile, we got Prophet going to be going down to the bounty hunter. Bounty easy kills, easy. And Kunkka does have his combination, so he can't use it if he needs to. He does have Torn plus boat. He throws out both Torn and boat. Catches 2 inside the Torn, catches 3 inside the boat. A lot of damage. Bounty hunter first one go down. CK able to pick up the kill on top of that. Kunkka picks up the kill on top of that Tiny. And this will be a Lina running away. And that'll be the end of this engagement. No more follows coming on through. Lina juking in the jungle. Almost got hit with that torrent. This is a little bit out of range. And then we got CK gonna be running. Sunstrike from Invoker should miss. Sunstrike's radius is actually pretty tiny.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, the radius of Torrent has 215, and the radius of Sunstrike has 175. So Torrent just barely a little bit bigger than Sunstrike. And I've actually seen it done before, where there was a Kunkka plus a Invoker, and they did a Torrent into, oh sorry, Xbox Splat into Torrent into Sunstrike, and it's a lot of damage at once. Especially on single targets. You know, Prophet up top, just being annoying to Tiny. Make sure Tiny doesn't have any room to farm his or finish up his jump of endurance. Bounty Hunter TP's up top, goes invisible, wants to find himself a kill on top of Prophet. Prophet gonna continue to run. So he's gonna start TPing away. Shuriken toss from Bounty will be stopping that just momentarily, but not enough damage for Bounty Hunter to actually follow up and kill the Prophet. So Prophet is going to go down bottom and continue farming. Meanwhile, we got Invoker TPing in. He's going to be going for either a Sheep Stick or a Tornado Stick. Highly likely it's going to be a Tornado Stick. Meanwhile, on top, we got Bounty Hunter getting a track on top of Tidehunter. Tidehunter's the target to follow because he does have a blink dagger. He has his ulti, but no, his ulti's actually on cooldown. Tiny taking a lot of damage. He will be going out here very soon. Puck able to finish off the damage with him. One more right click's all she needed, and one more right click's all she got. Meanwhile, Prophet did go down bottom to a wild Invoker. And I think the track didn't run out as well, so that was track gold as well. And if you look at the gold graph, it should be in favor of, wow, okay, never mind. So I say should be in favor of the Dire, but actually the Dire behind in both farm and towers. And they're also behind in kills too. And when you have a bounty hunter on your team, you want to be matched up, at least matched up with the team, and not lose that many towers. Stun coming up from Lina on the backside. Tiny. Bounty Hunter throws out a track on top of Kunkka. Kunkka might be a little bit trouble. Ulti coming up from Lina right on top of Kunkka. Kunkka might be the death, or might be a dead person. Tiny's ulti does fly, and he promptly goes down. Like I said before, actually no, there we go. He does go down. Dazzle finishes the kill on top of that. Lina able to pick up the kill on top of. Lina able to pick up the kill on top of Kunkka. And like I said before, Tiny will be able to, or not Tiny, Tidehunter will be able to blink in, pop his ulti, and die every single time. He's finally starting to build his arcane boots, which is nice. I still do argue, or I still do think that going for the mechanism over blink dagger would be significantly more useful. Arcane boots is nice as well. Invoker's down bottom. Gonna collect a few XP here and there. Pull the creep rate back as far as he possibly can, so he can farm safely. And yeah, so as far as the state of the game, let's look at the items, because that pretty much usually tells the tale. Kunkka's still building a Battle Fury, and this will be a post 20-minute Battle Fury for Kunkka. Actually, probably post 23-minute Battle Fury. Depends on how fast you can farm with that last item. Tidehunter has a blink dagger and boots, so he finally at least has something so he can chase people. CK does have an armlet. He also has a soul ring, so soul ring's, like I said, a relic of the early game, so he can actually have enough mana to pop his stun. It's also some nice sustain for the middle and late game. Meanwhile, we got Prophet TPing in. He wants to go for a kill somewhere around there. Try to catch the Invoker off, but actually Invoker is not there anymore. Invoker did get smart and walked on the backside. Prophet does come in and says, hey, there's no Invoker here. And that'll be it. Tidehunter actually did max out his Gush, which I actually don't agree with at all. Gush damage, yeah, 1 point in Gush is all you really need. Because increasing your Gush, it gives you like what, some crappy damage, 50 damage per level. I would definitely prefer to see him max his Anchor Smash instead. Anchor Smash significantly more spammable, especially at 4 seconds. And meanwhile, on top opponent, we got a lot of damage coming to this Invoker. Invoker will be going out here very soon. Puck eating a lot of damage coming off from Invoker's forward spirits. Will she be going out is a big question. CK shows up, trying to be the hero, and helps them kill that. And this should be a top tower going down. And the bottom tower will be going down. Looks like it could be going down. Prophet and Tidehunter are here. But they don't know everybody else is, so they're going to back away. Very smart, so.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
There's Prophet's second Mithril Hammer. All he needs now is just a recipe for that Deso. And that'll be a lot of damage coming Tiny's way. And Tiny actually has a drum, so Tiny, very cheap items, drum plus boots. That's really it. And Lina throws out ulti right on top of CK. CK might be going out. Yes, Tiny will be able to help him finish off the CK. So CK equals dead. Meanwhile, Kunkka, he's going to equal dead as well. He throws out a torrent right in front of where he's standing. Tiny does get caught inside, but I don't think Kunkka will be able to make us all alive. Lina's following with the vengeance. She's able to get the last right click, gets the kill on top of that. Meanwhile, Tiny actually shallow graved up by Dazzle. And Puck does go down to the heal coming up from Dazzle.
Your death ennobles us all.
TP's coming mid from Invoker. He's building himself a tornado stick. So Yule Scepter Divinity, really nice item for Invoker to have. It just makes his combination that much more scary. Well, actually, it just makes the combination, which is basically actually on Tidehunter. He has a haste rune, so he could initiate the fight if he really wants to. I think popping his ulti for a wild Invoker will not be really that much useful to his team. Like I said, he does have a blink out, so he can blink in an ulti, and this is his time to shine right now. Looks like they want to try to coordinate something up top, or nope. Looks like he's a little lost, and his haste does run out. Invoker's forward spirits, just taking the creeps for a nice little whirl. And yes, continuing on with the items, like I said, Death Slider coming up on Prophet. Battle Fury is finished up by Kunkka, so it was a 22 minute-ish Battle Fury. Looks like he just got it. Brand new Battle Fury. Aghanim sets us up on Lina, so that's a lot more damage coming up for her ulti, which will be nice. I think the Radiant might want to go ahead and invest in a pipe. They do not have a mechanism on either side. Dazzle is building a mechanism for his team at least, so that's coming up very shortly. And mechanism is going to be really nice for their pushing ability. Whenever team fight does break out, they'll be able to heal up and jump into or continue pushing. Or maybe just stay alive that much longer. Anyway, Puck comes forward. She's trying to go for the kill on top of this Tiny, trying to bait them a little bit. Dazzle does have a shallow grave, so he can't use it if he needs to. He does get the shallow grave off. He will stun up temporarily. He throws out the armor as well. Tidehunter blinks forward, throws out his ulti, and then he throws out an Anchor Smash, gets himself a kill on top of him. Actually, no, Puck is a double kill on top of both of them, guys. Tidehunter caught out. A lot of damage coming his way, but nobody really has any text and finish him off. 40 HP is all he has. And all that 40 HP came from the Magic Wand, guys. Plus 3 to all attributes. You basically get 19 HP per strength point that you have, and plus 3 times 19 should be about 60. A little bit less than 60. Oh my god, you see Tidehunter going down. Easy kill is easy. Lina able to pick up the kill easy as pie. Tidehunter had really no stats to survive all that. And when Lina getting hit with a lot of damage coming off of Kunkka, and Kunkka doesn't really have anything to follow up, so it's going to be the end of all that aggression. And Puck actually juking the Invoker. I don't know why, but she went down. Blinks to the high ground ish, and nobody really scouts her out. She can't TP out. She does have TP scroll. I think they did see her just very shortly, just very briefly. That's all. Meanwhile, Bounty Hunter is surrounded by treants, and they're all attacking him instead of attacking the tower, which is kind of bad. Could have been a lot of free damage to that tower. 80 damage at this point is really useful. If you look at the gold graph or XP graph. As I always say about the XP graph is relatively irrelevant because the longer and longer the game goes on, the closer it converts to 0, but it's still a really nice indicator where everybody is at this current point in time. And as you guys can see, the Dire are a little bit ahead in the XP graph, but it's really close to that 0 point. So really what that's telling me is that Prophet's not really pushing all that much because he hasn't collected that many levels. And that's also telling me CK, he's been involved in his team fights maybe a little bit too much because he doesn't have that many levels. And Kunkka, well, same for Kunkka, he's been involved in fights a little bit too much, but how much is too much? Puck is actually going to be going down here very soon. That's how much is too much, and she goes down. Dazzle will pick up the kill on top of that. Man, Kunkka throws out a torrent, throws out a boat. It's gonna be hitting everybody, but looks like he might be able to get the kill. Tidehunter has no ulti to follow up, but he doesn't have an anchor smash, so he can't use it if he needs to. Nope, doesn't matter. Kunkka able to get himself a double kill on top of that. Throws out X1 spot on top of Dazzle. Dazzle looks like he'll be going out here very soon. Tornado stick from Invoker used on top of Tiny. Oh, sorry, used on top of Tidehunter, and I didn't realize he had a tornado stick finished up already. Lina going for a Shadow Blade. Question mark?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, Shadow Blade Lina. Alright, cool. Not complaining. Just saying. A pipe would be nice at this point. Dazzle does have the mechanism, or almost has a mechanism for his team at least. But a pipe would be really nice. Especially considering the fact that Kunkka's damage, most of Kunkka's damage actually magical damage coming out from his boat, plus coming out from his torrent. That's 300 damage plus 450 damage. If you can get rid of one of those sources of damage, then Kunkka can't really kill you. Speaking of really killing you, these guys can't really kill Roshan as well. Roshan have a little bit too much HP, also have a little bit too much damage, too many deeps. And Chaos Knight says, "Hey bro, I can tank him because I got a more mass, but not really gonna be able to." Puck actually goes forward. She throws out a Legion Orb on top of Invoker. Invoker actually tornadoes himself before the orb fell, so no stun coming up from him. And we got Tiny might be going down here very soon. Tiny gets hit with the stun from CK. A lot of damage coming up from Lina. Instant give on top of CK. And now Puck will be on the run, and Invoker throws out a Sunstrike. Sunstrike does miss the Kunkka. Kunkka did decide to stand still for a little bit more, and now Puck is trying to run away. Boat got up Kunkka. I don't know if boat landed. Yes, boat did land over there, so it killed the crap out of that Force Spirit. That's really bad. And Tiny's going to continue to chase. Not really warranted, and Puck did juke to the low ground, so she's going to be able to make it out one alive.
Hello.
And Invoker does TP up top. Longest TP of his life, and who is this chasing? This is a Puck chasing a Tiny. Tiny might be going out here very soon. A little bit more damage is all Puck needed. If that orb would have hit, then one more right click is all she really needed. Stun coming up from Tiny, and this looks like this will be a Puck exploded here very soon. No, she's able to phase shift herself out of that, and oh my gosh, never mind, she goes down.
And now,
She goes down.
not to me. I didn't come here to see.
And also track kill as well. So as far as the kill counter goes, 20 to 18. Bounty Hunter, let's assume that every single kill that he has been a track kill. And half of his assists has been track kills. So he has 6 track kills going towards his team. And still look at the goal graph. It's in favor of the Radiant. Now, if you wanna ask where that goal is coming from, I'll very gladly tell you so. That goal is coming from these towers. That's 1 tower, 2 tower, 3 tower versus the 1 tower that they claim. So 2,000 of that gold is tower gold, pure tower gold. So the lead is not as expansive as it seems. The lead is actually about 1,000 gold in the favor of the Radiant, which is still slightly bad. But most of that's probably coming from Prophet spawning because he only has 171 last hits, guys. That's not a lot of last hits. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. That's a lot of last hits. So take a look at the net worth. You see Prophet, he's very wealthy, and Lina's actually leading her team. Wow, that's not what you want to have. But Lina, she's been doing her job. She's been getting the kills since 1955, whatever time period it is. When Lina throws out stun, not a lot of AoE, more gold for her, and that's why she's been so valuable for her team. So many Treant kills probably. Meanwhile, Prophet TP's down bottom doing a split push thing. He does have himself a Chrysalis, so Chrysalis really nice for Prophet. That means more damage going his way. Only 332 at this point in time, but if he does build himself a Sheep Stick, or he builds himself an MKB, that'll be a lot of damage. And let's look at the XP graph, because as I always say about the XP graph is relatively irrelevant because actually no, I think I already said this. But anyway, I'll say it again. Because the longer the game goes on, the closer it converts to 0. But it's still a really nice indicator where everybody is at this current point in time. And as you can see, well, yeah, whatever, doesn't matter. Prophet looks like he'll be going now. He throws out Sprout, it only catches 1, and Invoker's going to be able to squish the Prophet. And squish goes to tree.
Double damage.
So this XP graph shows a much closer picture than what it seemed. The Radiant actually had the advantage slightly, despite the fact that Invoker just got the kill on top of Prophet. Meanwhile, Tiny's getting chased. He's getting harassed by the Puck. And what is Tiny building? Tidehunter. Tidehunter is going for what looks to be a pipe of insight, which would be really nice. Or he's going for Vanguard. I hope it's a pipe. And I hear X1 spot on top of Tidehunter. Tidehunter wants to blink forward and throw his ulti. He's going to throw his ulti, but everybody kind of delta split. Lina's going to be the only one really caught out. She's going to be going out here very soon. Invoker does come in and say, "Hey bro, I got your back." I know, but Lina does a little bit too fast. Bolt coming off of Kunkka. It will be hit on top of 2 people. That's hit on top of Invoker and also hits on top of Tiny. And Invoker's he's going to be able to get healed up. Pop himself a Ghost Walk. He'll be able to continue running. Meanwhile, X1 spot thrown on top of Tiny. Tiny will be getting pulled right back in. A lot of damage coming towards both those guys from that one Dazzle heal. These guys have no magic resistance, and that's very, very apparent. Meanwhile, Puck is getting surrounded. Puck does go down. Down and able to pick a kill on top of that. Kunkka not able to save his ally's life. And Invoker's on the chase. Invoker wants to kill his Kunkka. Kunkka does get hit with the cold snap, not any damage following up, just a slight mini stun is all they got. And Invoker, he has Tornado Stick up, so he can't use it to try to go for the combination, but he probably doesn't have enough mana for it. TB's down bottom instead. Wants to go ahead and defend this tower. Forward Spear is coming out. And Prophet not using his trees effectively. He needs to go ahead and attack the tower. There we go. Good job. Good job, Prophet. Free damage. Free damage, that's all it is. Desolate is purchased up by Bounty Hunter. That's really nice. That means more negative armor for him. Tiny slowly but surely building himself an Aghanim Scepter, so he's going to go straight up forward. I would argue that Power Treads early, not really all that useful for Tiny, not as useful as Arcane Boots are for Tiny early. Early Arcane Boots means that he'll always have the mana, well, more than likely have the mana for at least his Avalanche, which is really nice for escaping when you're trying to farm. I've actually seen a few Tinies go for hand and minuses. Anyway, Daedalus almost up on top of Prophet. Once he has that, he'll be pretty darn happy about his item choice. He's going to TP down bottom, push his tower back, or push his lane back. We get the Forward Spirits pushing things in, because extra damage equals more push, and the Forward Spirits will start to run away. No crit coming up from Prophet just yet. Trying to see how much he crits for right now. We got three people in the jungle for the Radiant. It's a Bounty Hunter, Dazzle, and Tiny. Walking on through, Dazzle does have Arcane Boots and a Mechanism, so he's pretty useful to his team right now. Lina's going to go straight up for damage, but like I said, she's going for a Shadow Blade. Cool stuff, more invisibility, why not? And Puck is actually going to get chased a little bit. Sunstrike coming out from Invoker does miss the Prophet. He was expecting Prophet to TP out right there in that spot, but no, Prophet decided to continue running. He's going to TP back home now. Meanwhile, X-Bar Spot throw on top of Dazzle. Dazzle going to get pulled right into the thick of it. Takes a lot of damage. He goes down, 4 seconds stun as well. 512 crit plus a CK crit for 300 and something. A lot of damage going his way. Not the amount of damage that he was expecting, but still more damage. And Kunkka looks like he's going for his Daedalus as well, so it's almost completed. X1 spot on top of Lina. Lina going to go and throw out the ulti, massive amounts of damage to Kunkka. And Torrent does finish off the Lina. And Tiny trying to do a little bit. He's actually standing still for a few seconds. He did get X1 spotted. Meanwhile, we got him around the back, so we got Invoker throwing his combination. Tidehunter gets himself a kill. Double kill for him. Bounty Hunter got himself a kill on top of somebody I didn't see really came from. But CK does go down. Track gold is track gold. And Bounty, he's going to be a little bit trouble. He sounds up. Tidehunter ulted to fly. Tornado from Invoker will be saving his ally's life. Hype. Better say thank you to that Invoker. And Tidehunter looks like he wants to go for kill. He blinks forward, throws out his Anchor Smash, and eats a little bit of tower damage for his troubles.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And wow, what a fight. So see, Goldgraph is slowly but surely heading back towards the Dire side. A few more fights like that, and the Dire should definitely be winning out overall. I would submit to you that Dire should be doing better. If the fights continue happening like that, because really they lost 2 people for the price of 3, and Bounty Hunter got at least 2 track goals in that entire fight, so that's a lot more gold going their way. That's effectively not only is it one more hero kill, which is about 300 gold, roughly 320 gold, but you also had track gold, which for Bounty Hunter gives him he's level 7. Wow, and he get level 17. Which is also 250 gold for him and 150 gold for allies. So let's say that 2 allies were involved in all of those. That's 300 gold, so that's 550 gold extra that his team got just for 2 kills. So not only did they get 300 gold more, but they got 550 gold more. So that's like a lot of gold. Dazzle getting caught out. Throws himself a shallow grave, and he's actually popping his ulti as well. Puck does go down. Meanwhile, Tidehunter is trying to do what he can. All he can really do is pop his ulti. Actually, he's going for a refresher straight up. I don't agree with that at all. Dazzle does stay alive, and Tidehunter goes down. Like I said before, Tidehunter is pretty much a walking ulti. When he doesn't have his ulti, he's not useful to his team at all. He's going, especially since he's going for a refresher. He probably won't have enough mana to actually use it all. CK trying to go for the kill on top of Lina. He got himself a 4-second stun. Lina gonna go throw a stun of her own. There's so much damage coming towards CK, not even funny. His death is imminent, and more track gold going the way of the Dire, and things are starting to get extremely bad because Bounty Hunter is able to survive these team fights and get track golds all around the place. And he's going for what looks to be a battle fear, a late battle fear at that, but a battle fear nonetheless. And no, nah. There are better items for Bounty Hunter, such as I don't know, Sanji. You can't say Sanji Yasha is a better item for Bounty, but the Yasha at least is a nice item for Bounty. It gives him that ability to chase a little bit more, and also gives him some extra armor. But at least he has a Desolator, he has his damage item, so he doesn't necessarily need to go for more damage items. He's trying to go for more utility type items, and the Battle Fury will help him out. Lincoln Sphere will really help him out as well. Especially with the Gush coming off from Tidehunter and the stun coming off from CK. Maybe even the Sprout from Prophet. Aghanosceptor finished up by Tiny, so things are... So, guys, I was gonna say, Tiny's name is Shit Clown, and shit just got real. So Clown just got real, guys. He has an Aghanosceptor, so he's ready to go for the kills. All he needs now is some more attack speed, and he'll be able to kill any and everything. He's ready to push. The amount of damage coming out from Tiny versus towers is ridiculous. Especially because of the fact that there's a lot of free towers trying to collect. So if they collect this tower and this tower, I think the gold grab should be all but tied up, if not in their advantage. Actually, it's already in their advantage, so wow. With those towers going down, that'll be even more in their advantage. And that'll be bigger items for the Radiant, for the Dire to have. And the Radiant will be hard pressed to do anything because CK, he's underfarmed relative to his opponent, which is Tiny. Although they're about on the same level. They're pretty much on the same level. Kunkka versus a Bounty Hunter, yeah, Bounty Hunter, he has better items. Kunkka has more damage, but Bounty Hunter is a little bit more useful to his team. Kunkka can maybe kill Insta-Gib a Dazzle, that's really about it. Whereas Bounty Hunter, he can just throw his track on top of everybody and just, he's done his job. Lina Shadow Blade activated already. She wants to go for somebody. It looks like Tidehunter's going to get X-Mark spotted. Trying to see if he can find anybody. He's going to blink forward, not going to find anybody. And Lina actually getting caught out. Does get hit with the torrent, but nobody really noticed. And Lina can possibly go for Insta-Give on top of CK if she wanted to, but CK does have the armor, so you have to be very careful about that. Tidehunter, he's building himself, looks to be it. Well, actually, no, sorry. I already called that out. He's building himself a refresher. And Bounty's going for a sheep stick? No, he's going for a Lincoln Sphere. Okay. Lincoln Sphere Bounty really nice. Roshan does get affected by Torrent. That'd be kind of cool if he did, though.
Illusion.
And CK finally trying to finish up his power trades. Lina earned his shadows very late, but it'll be necessary, especially when his team fights do break out. Kunkka finish up his Daedalus. So a lot of damage from him. Prophet TP and then to help his allies out, kill his Roshan. Next thing is go ahead and get some trees out here to tank up that Roshan, so they won't be taking too much damage. Roshan does go down. Aegis does go to CK. I don't think CK is the perfect person to have it. I would argue that Kunkka will be a little bit more useful to his team when he survives. But when CK comes back, he'll be able to come back and die again. That's really about it. Lina scouting out things for her allies. She's gonna go and throw a right click on top of Puck. Puck does dodge the stun because Lina did misplace it, and Lina can actually turn around, throw with ulti, and possibly get an instant give on top of Puck. And yes, she does. Like I said before, instant give. That is, I think it's 900 something damage from the Aghanosceptor for Lina. Oh my gosh, never mind. 1,250. So it should turn out to be about a 900. And that bounty does go down. Wow.
Welcome back.
So this guy's trying to do some little cool things with the Tidehunter plus Kunkka X-Mark spot. And Ty trying to get that refresher built, but he's not really farming. Invoker does walk into the high ground. He's moving pretty darn fast because he has Sheep Stick. He also has one instance of Wax around him. And Wax does increase his move speed by 8%. He also has phase boots, don't forget that. So fight somewhat happening down bottom. CK throws a stun on top of a creep because he really does hate that creep. It's like the fight will be breaking out here very soon. If only Lina had a blink dagger of her own. CK pops up pops his ulti reality. Or sorry, Phantasm, not reality. And Dazzle ulti does hit on top of everybody. Invoker does come forward and wants to do a little bit more damage. He throws out a tornado on top of himself. Kunkka might be going out here very soon. Kunkka Torrent does fly, does just barely miss Invoker. And Invoker will be able to make it alive. Tidehunter does have his ulti up. He's not going to use it just for an Invoker. He's trying to wait for a more opportune moment to use it, but Kunkka just getting squashed. Not too sure why Kunkka was playing that risky, but Kunkka just getting instantly squashed. And buys back. Tidehunter, like I said, he has himself an Aghanosceptor, so he's starting to build his attack speed up. He's going for the Mantis Style, and yes, I do love seeing Mantis Styles on Tiny. Oh my gosh, it just makes Tiny that much scarier. Not only does he move faster because of his ult, he moves faster because he has a Mantis Style. Because he has a Yasha, and Lina actually trying to follow up with the kill on top of his Prophet. If Prophet does start to TP away, Lina can't follow up the stun, but actually she's out of mana, so no, she can't. Invoker's running as well. Invoker Tornado does fly, does just barely miss the Prophet, and Prophet's on the run. It's like, bro, leave me alone. Sunstrike does come out, it will be hitting on top of Prophet. Prophet does turn around, throws ulti instead, but he's gonna be going down, but just barely juking that. A lot of damage coming out from Prophet. 660 games on top of Invoker. So much right click from Prophet is not even funny. And Invoker does TP back to base. He needs more mana, he needs more stuff. And Dazzle looks like he'll be going down as well. Kunkka, Torrent does come out. Torrent a little bit off. Stun coming off from top of Dazzle. Dazzle, if he can pop a Shallow Grave, he will be able to survive, but no, he will not be able to. Tidehunter. Where's his ulti at? His ulti should be off cooldown now. Yes, it is off cooldown. His refresher orb almost finished as well. So he'll still be a walking ulti. That's all he really is. And wow, CK taking a massive amount of damage. He's not going to be going down, but Kunkka's boat does come out and catches Invoker. Invoker does get hit with the Dream Coil. He also gets hit with a few auto attacks, and he goes down. Times are blinking in. He can throw his ulti right now and possibly get the kill on top of everybody, but no, not everybody comes in for it. Meanwhile, Bounty Hunter picks himself up, but Lincoln Spear and Tidehunter is actually running away while he can. He does have his ulti up, so he will use it if he has to. Bounty trying to get a little bit more damage. Looks like he will be forced to use it. Yes, he does use it, and Bounty's going to be going down here. Getting baited like a boss. And Tiny, no! Tiny saying, hey bro, let's play baseball real fast. And he throws a Tidehunter, a nice little alley-oop, and Tiny says thanks, and dies. Gets dunked into his own grave. Meanwhile, Tiny just casually kills himself a puck. And just to speak really fast on why a Yasha is really important for Tiny, or why I think a Yasha is really important for Tiny, as opposed to just going for straight up Hyperstone, is a Yasha gives Tiny armor. Don't forget that. That's one bonus. And also, Yasha gives Tiny the movement speed. It gives him additional 10% movement speed. And if you will look at that team fight, or look at that fight right there, that kill he just got on Tidehunter right there. If Tiny didn't have that 10% movement speed, he probably wouldn't have been able to move into position to actually get into range to throw that toss. So it's all things to consider. Anyway, Tiny's getting surrounded by CK. Shallow Grave does come up for Tiny, and Shallow Grave does come up for Dazzle, and Dazzle's gonna go, Tiny's gonna go for the man fight, gets himself a kill on top of CK, and now he's gonna run away, pops himself a jump of endurance. Dazzle's gonna be a sacrificial lamb, and he does go down. But he did save his carrier's life, so job well done, Dazzle. Job well done. Tiny's still running, looks like he's gonna be running to high ground. CK will be able to find him. Tiny does have a stun to throw if he needs to. CK does have a stun to throw as well, and there's a stun from CK. 4-second stun of all things, so CK should be able to, oh my gosh. That lucky stun. Tiny should be able to get a kill on top of CK. No, he won't be able to. Never mind. Not enough damage. CK's going for Yasha of his own, but man, Tiny got lucky. I honestly think all Tiny really had to do was just do that. After CK got stunned up, all he had to do was really just avalanche at CK and then possibly try to run away. But CK did have a reality. It is on a 6-second cooldown, if I'm not mistaken. That reality is a reality rift. Whatever. Necrobook purchased up by Prophet, and that'll be really nice for pushing abilities, and things are starting to get very, very interesting on both sides. Mask of Madness is up on Prophet, so he should be down a lot easier. I don't see Mask of Madness being useful to Prophet at this stage in the game. Lifesteal is overrated, as I always say, and that Mask of Madness could have been bought, or could have been built into an AC instead. Mask of Madness costs 1,900 gold. A Hyperstone costs 2,100 gold. Only 200 gold more. So he's not that far off. Anyway, XY spot throwing on top of Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter eating a lot of damage. He will be going invisible while he can. Meanwhile, we got these guys running in. No detection. Really? No detection? Are you guys kidding me? No detection on the Radiant side, so he won't be able to find himself a Bounty Hunter. Some pretty bad stuff coming up from them. It is a Necrobook level 1, so that's not detection if you thought it was. Anyway, CK eating a lot of damage. Oh my god, so much damage coming to him. Lina ulti looks like it went off on top of his face, and he did go down. As we all expected. Bounty Hunter and Medallion of Courage, I haven't seen it used just yet. Maybe it has been used, but I wasn't paying attention. Prophet walking around the backside. He's going to do a lot of damage on top of Lina. Just one right click. But anyway, we got Dazzle getting the stun. Getting the poison touch on top of Prophet. Meanwhile, we got Bounty Hunter going toe-to-toe with Kunkka. Kunkka should be losing this fight. Yes, Kunkka does go down. Medallion of Courage was used, and Prophet does go down as well. A lot of damage coming up from his Bounty Hunter is not even fun. And things are starting to snowball really out of control. Mainly because of all the gold that the Dire have. Oh, never mind. I take it back. The Radiant had the gold lead. But still, the Dire do have more gold than they should be having. Mainly because of Bounty Hunter. XP grab shows a little bit better, more fair tale, I guess. Actually, hold on. How much did that gold grab by? Oh, okay, I see. Right. Sorry, guys. I doubt myself sometimes. And I shouldn't do that. Wait, Pluck does have an Invis rune. She's going to do... She could probably pick up the Courier. That's really about it. Courier does get picked up, but not before the Mantis Star got delivered, and Tiny is feeling mad. He wants to go for the kill on top of Puck. If only he had a Blink Dagger. Invoker TP boots. Or boots of travel, whichever one we call it. And Bounty Hunter looks like he's building himself a Orchid Malevolence. Yep, he's building himself Orchids. Very late Orchids, but really nobody has invested in building a BKB. There's no Mantis style just yet on the side of the Radiant either, so Orchid Malevolence is actually a really nice item to have, especially if Tidehunter blinks in. If Tidehunter blinks in, you can pop your Orchids, and if you do catch him at the right moment, Tidehunter will probably pop his refresher before he actually ultis. So Bounty Hunter decides not to go for the kill on top of CK, because CK forced to pop his Phantasm. And if Bounty can find out which one's the real one, then he'll go for kill. Actually, no, Tiny comes around the corner, throws out a nice little bit of damage, and there's a CK eating a lot of damage. CK does go down, Bounty able to pick up the kill on top of that. Time's ulti is up, so you need to be a little bit careful. Also, Refresher's up as well. Tiny will be going down. Yes, Tiny will be. Oh, sorry, Refresher does get used. And there's a lot of damage coming to Prophet. So a lot of damage coming to Tiny, and Tiny does go down. But the Refresher was used. That's the most important thing. So Refresher's now on cooldown. And there we go. Necrobook level 3 on top of Prophet. He's able to see the Bounty. Bounty's trying to run away. Actually, Necrobook getting caught out the trees from Prophet. So Prophet able to save Bounty Hunter's life. And Bounty Hunter will be TPing away. Enough damage coming out from these guys. Maybe Bounty Hunter would have popped that invisibility before he started TPing. Or after he started TPing. He might have been able to make it, but the right click damage coming out from these guys was just enough. And Prophet trying to throw Bounty Hunter a nice little bit of, what's what I'm looking for? Grief. There you go. But those Necrobook units, this creep should be pushing pretty darn hard. The extra damage coming out from, oh, never mind. Book did die. The extra DPS coming up from all the creeps, all of the treants. It's actually gonna be quite a bit. Tornado coming up from Invoker. He's throwing his combination, throwing a lot of damage on top of throwing in no particular direction. Puck eating quite a bit of damage. She has a Lincoln Sphere though, so it was blocked by Lincoln's. And there we go. Time to blinks in. Those has ulti on the backside. He's trying to go for the kills on Invoker. Invoker looks like he should be able to make us on alive. He has Tornado 6, so he can't use it if he needs to on himself or somebody else. He tornadoes himself instead. Time to get himself a Cracker Shell proc, and there we go. Invoker able to make it out of that one alive with that ghost. And Dazzle throws out the shallow touch. Oh, sorry, shallow grave.
Dire's bottom
Shallow
tower
touch.
is under attack.
Lina eating a lot of damage coming up from Puck, and Puck throws out Illusion or Dream Coil on top of Lina. Lina does go down. She was worth quite a bit of money. Kunkka boat does fly, will not be hitting anybody. In particular, Puck running away while she can. She could be getting hit with the toss. Yeah, the toss does fly, but it did not hit in time, and Puck's still going to be blinking away around the side. Not sure if they saw where she blocked away to, but does Puck have a TP scroll? Is a good question. Puck does not have a TP scroll, so she's stuck right there. Anyway, Tiny eating a lot, sorry, not Tiny, CK eating a lot of damage. Tiny getting hit with so much CC is not even funny. Kunkka trying to do what he can, CK trying to do what he can to run away as well, and he won't be able to make this one live. Akuri used on top of Tiny, so much damage coming out from him. Akuri does give you bonus damage as well, guys, don't forget that. And if these guys can just keep up with CK. There we go, CK finally does get hit with the tornado. And Tiny tosses the right CK, and CK does go down. Ice Wall able to make sure he does not run away.
Stepped on something.
Yeah. So I would say that the Dire have been fighting from behind this whole entire game as far as pushing ability goes, but their late game potential is actually a lot stronger than the Dire's. The Radiant is, and I'm saying that explicitly based off of how the Radiant decide to build their heroes. Prophet going for a Desolator early is nice, but I definitely think if he wanted to involve or be more invested in pushing, a Maelstrom is what he wants to go for. What he wanted to go for. A Sheep Stick would be infinitely more useful than a Daedalus up on top of Prophet as well. Because the Sheep Stick, I mean, you know late game Tiny, he's going to build an Aghanim Scepter. You know that he's going to go for that damage, so having a Sheep Stick would be a little bit better. So really, the Radiant right now are fighting from behind as opposed to the Dire are, because the Dire, it's pretty obvious what they're going to be going for, at least the Tiny is. He's going to be going for Aghanim Scepter, and he's going to start stacking up a whole bunch of attack speed. And then he's going to start killing your towers that much faster. He might even build a Daedalus himself. But the Radiant have not really prepared for it. They have a Tidehunter who's really, I mean, this is a beautiful build for mid game. Late game is a nice build if you have yourself some survivability, but Tidehunter has zero survivability right now. He has about as much HP as one of these illusions from Tiny has. His HP is about on par with the Bounty Hunter, and also about on par with the Dazzle. So it's not really where you want to be at. Anyway, Kunkka comes forward, he throws out the bow, he throws out the Torrent, Torrent does miss, and Tiny's going to go ahead and go for the tower kill. Gets the tower kill, just one hit, one foul swoop, and now we got Kunkka, he might be in a little bit of trouble. That's what is used by one person. There's an ulti coming up from Tidehunter. Tidehunter does have a Refresher. He's going to use his ulti again. Nice little chain ulti. Able to keep Tiny down, and Tiny has a support in the form of Invoker around the backside, but it doesn't matter, he dies first. And Bounty, he's going to be going down as well, so CK does go down, but the tower did go down at least. And Invoker trying to do what he can through a little bit of damage, and why is moving so fast, not even funny. Max move speed for Invoker. Boosted travel plus, well, boosted travel plus track. Max move speed Invoker, that's pretty funny. It's like he has a haste ring, but he doesn't. And he doesn't even have all that many waxes around him. Oh, he has 2 waxes now, okay. So Invoker sprinting in the jungle, catches himself a tornado on top of Kunkka. And also catches himself a tornado on top of somebody else, but not really. CK running on back home. He was expecting a Sunstrike. There we go, Invoker's moving at max move speed. He was, there we go, he's moving at max move speed now. That is pretty scary, guys. Boosted travel Invoker plus boosted travel tornado stick plus drums plus Wax instances equals max move speed Invoker. And he also has the Agnesceptor, so now, yeah. Tidehunter does DC. Tornado coming up from Invoker does catch himself a Prophet, and Invoker could follow up on this if he really wanted to. Prophet, probably going to be easy kill if he wants to go for it. Ice Wall coming up from Invoker, make sure the creeps don't push forward, and there's a pulse coming up from Kunkka. Wait, please, because Tidehunter is actually kind of important as far as our team fight goes, but outside of that, he's not useful. So what will Tidehunter be going for? I'm expecting to see Shiva's Guard come up from him. I really would like to see a pipe. I mean, really, nobody's invested in a pipe or mechanism, which is our essential team fight items. If you look at the side of the Dire, only one person has a mechanism, and Dazzle's actually going for a Sheep Stick, which is an extremely good item to make sure they can deal with the Prophet and or Kunkka. Probably the Prophet more so than Kunkka, though, because Prophet's right clicks do hurt probably a little bit more than Prophet's. Let's see, Prophet hits for a lot, pretty much doubled, and Kunkka hits for even more. Okay, so Kunkka does hurt more, so Sheep Stick will be used for Kunkka, but Kunkka does have the Shadow Blade, so you have to be very, very considerate of that. But at least if you kill a Prophet, that means you won't be getting split pushed around all around the map. As far as the rest of the items, we see some nice items on the side of the Dire. I'm pretty sure that net worth is looking a lot better than the Radiant's net worth. And yeah, they're all kind of clumped up right there. They're behind the Prophet and the Kunkka, but they're all still pretty down ahead. Above the Tidehunter actually should be somewhere in the middle of this. Because when you do DC, it does kind of nerf your gold a little bit. It calculates it incorrectly. And also another side note, for all those who didn't know, if you're playing Meepo, it doesn't show your net worth appropriately when you have your clones out, and it's pretty weird. Also, another bug inside with Meepo, while I'm on that topic, if you play Meepo inside of like all random, all mid, then only one Meepo collects all the XP for all the Meepos, and it makes the game not fun. It's kind of weird. It's like a really weird bug. So anyway. On the other side, all my random knowledge of bugs. Dazzle, like I said, Sheep Stick coming up on him. And let's go take a look at the rest of the graphs, because I want to see, or the rest of the charts. Let's see what else is here. Gold per minute, Prophet, of course, he is Prophet. His name is Prophet, so all he does is Prophet. He has a lot of money. He's been farming around the map, and Kunkka's actually right behind him. Meanwhile, pretty much the same pecking order that we saw in the net worth. Tidehunter is about right here, so that's probably where he'll fall in the net worth as well. Current gold, we can see that Tidehunter does have quite a bit of gold. It looks like he's saving himself up for something pretty. Like I said, probably a Shiva's Guard. Mainly because he's saving up that much gold. Otherwise, I would like to see a pipe of insight, at least on Tidehunter. Tidehunter is probably one of the more important targets to survive in a team fight. Yeah, sure, Tidehunter, all he is a walking ulti with his current build. But the longer a fight goes on, the more Anchor Smash he can throw out. And Anchor Smash does a significant amount of damage, and it's physical damage at that, so it's only blocked by armor. I didn't realize that. So 225 damage in an AoE, and it has a 4-second cooldown. If you could throw like 5 of those in a team fight before you die, I mean, that's a lot of damage coming towards the Dire. That's more damage than there will be thrown out before. But because Tidehunter dies so easily, basically he blinks in, pops his ulti, maybe even gets his refresher off, and then he dies right afterwards. So with Kunkka saying that, let's go and take a look at the kills, deaths, and assists, because I want to see how everybody's doing. Kills, deaths, and assists, where are you? There, kills, deaths, and assists. Puck is leading the pack with her 13 kills, and Dazzle's leading the pack along. Actually, no, CK is leading the pack with his 13 deaths. So, give and take on both sides. Give and take.
Dark light.
There we go. Gold graph. It's still in favor of the Radiant. I'm surprised about this. I'm extremely surprised it's still in favor of the Radiant. The towers aren't even, and 2,000 of that gold does belong. Or sorry, 3,000 of that gold is tower gold. So it's actually a 1,000 gold lead in favor of the Radiant. But don't forget, guys. The name of this game is Defense of the Ancients, and if you can't defend that Ancient, it doesn't matter how much gold you're ahead by. You're still gonna lose the game. Let's go and take a look at the fantasy points, because I always like looking at the fantasy points. Oh look, nobody's worth anything. Oh, that makes me sad. No fantasy points here, guys. No fantasy points. So let's go and look at the levels. See how everybody's doing with the levels. Prophet's level 25, Invoker's level 25, Kunkka's level 24, and we got Puck getting caught out in the worst way possible. She's eating a lot of damage. She can't blink out because she can't heal so much deeps. Meanwhile, we got CK coming in. BKB popped by somebody. Finally, someone has a BKB at least. Tiny getting hit with a stun. He needs a BKB as well. He's gonna go ahead and be saved by Invoker. He's gonna turn around, go for the man fight. A lot of damage coming out. AoEs everywhere. Dead people. I see dead people. And Kunkka boat does fly, and Kunkka needs to go ahead and run away while he can. He does throw the boat. It does catch on top of 2 people by the looks of it, and that'll be the end of the fight. So overall, the Radiant getting wiped off of the map. Like I said before, the Dire are doing much better as far as their items go, and they prepared much better. I heard a BKB. So BKB on Prophet, but Prophet still died anyway. There you go, the gold grab's starting to tank down. Once it updates again, we'll probably see it tank down past that 1,000 mark. And once these towers go down, I mean, Tiny, he's just waiting to kill his towers. This is free gold for these guys. Alchemy use, oh my gosh, look at the damage coming off of Tiny. Alchemy use on top of Tiny. He gets a bonus 65%. Yeah, 75% of his damage to towers, and that's ridiculous. So, I mean, these towers are going to be dropping left and right. This is why Tiny's a very scary thing, guys. This is why Tiny's a very scary thing. Kunkka does fly. It's going to be hitting on top of 2, and Kunkka's going to go for a lot of damage right on top of Dazzle, but Dazzle throws out the mechanism. There's a courier running away while he can. Kunkka does get caught on, he does go down, and he buys back instantly, and Jesus. It's a ticking time bomb, guys. It's all a ticking time bomb. And Tiny BKB is up, so he's ready for the next fight. All he needs is just a little bit more HP before he does get into it. He probably wants to build himself a heart next. You know, Lina's going to be getting caught with the X-Rex spot. As Bomb Tower just, oh man, sorry guys, I looked away for like a split second, does go down. Tiny, I'm sorry, Tiny's to blink it forward, throws out his abilities. Tiny going to be going down. He needs Aegis right now, and he does. I mean, like I said, too much damage coming out. He was caught the first ulti, and he's caught the second ulti, but the Radiant has lost so much already. And Invoker just barely making out of the range of that torrent. These guys trying to go for the kill on Invoker, but Invoker's on the run. Don't forget, guys, he has essentially max move speed. So let's see, what did the Golgraph do in that entire fight? I would imagine it tanked way on down. Yes, it certainly did. Look how much gold that the Dire had by now. It essentially did a whole entire 180 that Golgraph did. And Geometry Sight finally purchased up by the Radiant. And the Radiant's items, like I said, they're not geared towards the late game. They need a sheep stick. A sheep stick is absolutely essential versus a Tiny. And let's look at the XP graph. Like I said before, as I always say with the XP graph is relatively irrelevant because the longer and longer the game goes on, the closer and closer it converts to 0. And the reason for that is because everybody essentially hits level 25. And that's the highest level you can get. And you can see everybody slowly but surely hitting level 25. The Radiant have hit it a little bit hit it first. So it's like 25, 25, and now Invoker's following up, and pretty much everybody's following suit. The only people who are behind are Tidehunter, Dazzle, and TK, and technically Tiny, but Tiny's going to get his farm. He's going to get his farm whenever he needs it, whether it be hero kills or killing creep waves that are pushing in. Sheep Stick up on Dazzle, essential item. BKB is up on Tiny. He didn't use the last fight, so he'll have a 10-second BKB. Tidehunter ulti is on cooldown for another 50-something seconds. He's building himself an AC. Lina going to be getting X-Mark spotted. Pops himself for ulti, does a lot of damage to CK, and CK will be forced to back away. No mechanism on the side of the Radiant, so they can't continue this push at all. Tornado coming up from Invoker, just barely catching the Tiny on the backside. Or sorry, just barely catching Tidehunter. And really, at this point, if you're the Radiant, what do you do? There's no outer towers left for you to kill and pick up for free. Prophet split pushing, yeah, sure he can split push, but there's a boosted travel up on Invoker. He can TP in if he needs to. Going for Roshan, that'll be a good idea. Let's see if Roshan takes the period damage coming out from these dying. Nope, he doesn't. Well, he does, but he doesn't really. Anyway, the TPs do come in. I'm sorry, the fight does happen. The Roshan pit. BKB activated by Prophet. BKB activated by Tiny. But Tiny should be winning this fight because he has some more damage. Prophet running away while he can. Loses from Tiny. He's getting his own way. Meanwhile, we got Puck getting caught with the poison test. Tidehunter trying to run away because he has his ulti up in 1-2 seconds. He wants to survive a little bit longer. Meanwhile, Invoker and Bounty Hunter just having a field day on top of Kunkka's head, playing drums on his face, and he does go down. Tidehunter can't ulti if he needs to, but he won't be able to, or he won't need. That won't be needed because the fight is already lost. And boosted travel up on Tiny, so really, the item choices on the side of the Dire are significantly better than the item choices on the side of the Radiant. Boosted travel, really nice items when you know that if you do leave your base, you might have a Prophet backdoor you, so they can TP in if they need to. Meanwhile, Lina, she might find herself a Prophet. If Prophet does decide to do anything, nope, he doesn't do anything. And oh my god, this game should be, oh man, this game's over, guys. Double damage Aghanim Scepter Tiny, who has Aegis. So he can just YOLO, walk in, kill all the Raxes. Or sorry, kill that Rax down bottom at least. And then rotate up top, you know, booster travel up top to his creeps. And then probably kill Prophet, and then go and do the same thing.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Backdoor protection or not, this should be going down.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
Backdoor protection's trying his hardest. Tidehunter pops his ulti. Tiny doesn't kill it. Tiny should save his BKB. He should. Oh my god, he pops his BKB before he uses it. He's actually going to turn around, try to go for the kill on top of Tidehunter. Not the best of targets to go for. He's going to continue to run away, and Invoker's going to continue to run away. Beautiful tornado stick. Shallow grave used on top of Dazzle. Dazzle's going to go ahead and heal his allies up before he dies, and he does go down. Meanwhile, Bounty Hunter's on the backside. He's going for the man fight. Will he be able to win the man fight? The answer is that no. Puck does have herself a Geometry sight, but Bounty might be able to make it out of range fast enough. Will he be able to die? Yes, he will be going down. Puck able to pick up the kill, so that's 416 gold. Meanwhile, Prophet's chasing himself an Invoker, and he has a Mask of Madness, like I said before, which should make him die a lot easier. Invoker could just literally turn around and throw out his combination. He's actually going to go ahead and throw a TP instead, and Prophet gets the kill. If Invoker would have turned around and went for the fight, he would have got the kill on top of Prophet. I'm not too sure why he did. Just basically turn around, throw your tornado stick, throw out your Sunstrike, throw out your Invoker, or sorry, throw out, oh no, that's on cooldown, that's why. It was all on cooldown, guys. If it wasn't on cooldown, he probably would have went for it. Or, man, he probably kept running. I mean, he's going to die anyway. He did buyback. And we got a buyback coming from Bounty Hunter as well. These guys want to defend their towers. Boots of Travel purchased up by Bounty. So maybe they're going to go for a backdoor. Not too sure. Tidehunter's going to... that rhymed, because I got the time. That's fine. Tidehunter almost finished up with his AC, which would be nice for CK's damage output. Lina popping the ulti on top of an illusion, not the right target. And we got Lina eating the stun. Tidehunter's going to go coming forward, do a little bit of damage to Lina as well. Lina getting constant trees, pops up an pops up a Shadow Blade. Sheepstick used on top of Tidehunter. Probably not the best of targets right now, but I mean Sheepstick used, and a lot of damage coming to Tidehunter. Wow, so much damage. That ain't funny. Boat coming up from Kunkka, and will be catching himself 2 people. That's a Bounty Hunter plus Invoker. Invoker does go down. He did buy back recently, so that's pretty bad. Meanwhile, Raxes are going to start going down, so it's going to be even on both sides. Tiny comes in and says, hey bro, I'm a man, check me out, I'm a giant rock. He wants to go for the kill on top of Tiny. Tiny's trying to run away while he can. Will Tiny be able to get the kill? No, he doesn't get the kill on top of that one, but he turns around and goes for the kill on top of this Puck, and Puck's going to be going down here very soon. Kunkka's going to be going down as well. He did go for right click on top of Tiny instead of running away, and Tiny actually going to be going down. Aegis pops. Prophet with that negative armor really helping out. And there we go, Tiny's trying to go for the kill. He kills himself a Nectar unit. Gets X-Mark spotted by Kunkka, and he actually gets the kill on top of Tiny before he goes down. I'm sorry, before he gets pulled back, and Prophet just welling away at Tiny. Tiny needs himself an AC. Tiny does go down once again, 1,075 crit from Kunkka. Who has a gym, by the way? And there we go, Maelstrom. Mjolnir coming up on Prophet. Dazzle building himself a Pipe of Insight. Very smart item choice coming up from Dazzle. He knows there's a lot of magic damage, at least coming up from Kunkka, Tidehunter, and also Puck and Prophet. Although Prophet does do a lot of right click damage.
Double damage.
Like I said, the item choices on the side of the Dire are significantly better than the item choices on the side of the Radiant. The Radiant item choices are nice if you're trying to go for like a 1v1 type fights, but it's not really meshing well as far as the team goes. They're not really building to counter the enemy team, they're just building just for the sake of building. In my honest opinion. If you look at the items on the side of the Radiant side, they're at least building for the sake of countering, Dire side. If you look at the items on the Dire side, they're building items for the sake of making sure that they can deal with what the Radiant are actually throwing at them. There's 3 sheep sticks on the side of the Dire. There's a tornado stick on Invoker, which, I mean, yeah, whatever. Bounty has himself an Orc of Malevolence. Tiny, he built the BKB. Dazzle has a Pipe of Insight, and he also has a Mechanism. One of the biggest items for him to have is a Pipe of Insight, especially in this late game stage of the game. If they can negate all the damage coming out from Puck, at least her Waning Rift, then they can pretty much win the fight every single time. Anyway, we got who's this getting caught out? That is a Wild Prophet. He gets caught out. Sheepstick galore. That was like 3 sheepsticks. And maybe an Orc of Malevolence. And Prophet just died anyway. So everybody's almost level 25. Let's look at the XP graph. It's slowly but surely heading towards that 0 mark. X is not really heading towards the 0 mark, but it will be, you know, eventually getting there. Because nobody will be collecting XP on either side. And almost all the Dire are level 25 already. Which shows you how far they were initially behind, but now they're just getting so much free gold from all these kills that they're getting. Because their item choices are so awesome. And yes, I'm a fanboy of their item choices, so what? Anyway, CK looks like he wants to go for reality on top of Bounty. Bounty going to go throw a track on top of CK. That's telling these guys that they want to go for the X-Mark spot from Kunkka. If he can get a range, if only he can get a range. Tornado comes out from Invoker, does catch himself a CK. CK does miss the stun from Lina. He jukes it just barely, and there's an X-Mark spot from Kunkka using on top of Bounty. But he does have himself a Link Sphere. Anyway, the fight's going to be breaking out right in front of here. Tidehunter's ulti is up. He's going to blink for it, throws ulti. Pops a refresher. Actually, no, yeah, he pops a refresher. No stuns coming off of him. Invoker does tornado himself to make sure he stays alive. Tiny comes in and says, hey, bro, I'm a man. I got BKB. Let's go for the fight. Doing massive amounts of damage. So much damage coming off from Tiny. It's not even funny. Oh, my gosh. Nothing is funny in this game, guys. And there we go. Everybody's going to stand still temporarily. And Tiny does go down. GG's coming up from Puck. I'm not too sure if it's GG just yet. I am really not too sure if it's GG just yet.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
It might be. Tiny dead. I don't know if Tiny has buyback. If he doesn't have buyback, it might be. Yeah, Tiny has buyback. So Tidehunter has buyback, but Tiny doesn't. If Tidehunter can defend, it might be enough. But it looks like it's not going to be enough. Sunstrike coming up from Invoker, just a little bit off.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Just tapped it. And Bounty going to go for the kill on top of Puck. Nope, Puck gets the kill on top of Bounty instead. And Invoker, what's he going to do? Nothing? Oh, okay, yeah. Well, 2 sets of racks down. It's very hard to win for this. It's not impossible, but it's very hard. Prophet pops himself a BKB while he tries to run away. Not sure if that's the best of choices, but that BKB will be on a 6-second BKB now. 1 second less than before. Invoker going for an explosion on top of Kunkka. Jim and True Sight dropped on the ground. That might change the way fights go. Invoker doesn't really have anything to drop. He drops himself his Oblivion Staff. I think he's going for a refresher. I would argue that his drums might be a more useful thing to drop. But he's just going to go ahead and take the gem, drop it in base, he'd say, hey, I can't carry this. And then go pick up his Oblivion Staff. Because it looks like he's going for a Sheep Stick, which would be nice for making the burst damage come out. But BKBs are slowly but surely starting to come out. Actually, no, never mind. They're not. I was about to say, BKBs are slowly but surely starting to come out on the side of the Radiant. But the only person who has a BKB is Prophet. And Kunkka's going for full damage. He's going full retard, guys. He's going double dataless. He done goofed, and we got Sheep Stick used on top of who is this? Prophet. Prophet might be going out here very soon. Lina hitting pretty hard. She has a Dazzle. I didn't realize that. But a lot of damage coming out on top of Prophet, and Prophet does go down. AC finished up by Tidehunter. And here's Tiny back up, ready to go for the fight. He's ready to fight. He has boots of travel. Everybody has boots of travel on the side of the Dire, essentially. I think the only person who doesn't have boots of travel, of course, the supports, which are Lina and also Dazzle. And almost everybody on the side of the Dire are level 25 as well. So the buyback status, as you guys see right there, Tiny did. I heard somebody buy back. Somebody bought back. Who bought back? Prophet bought back. And there we go. He gets turned into a sheep again. A lot of damage coming out from Lina on top of Prophet. She throws an ulti. BKB activated by Prophet, but it doesn't matter. He goes down. That just might be the end of the game, guys. That just might have cost the Radiant the game. Prophet bought back, and he died instantly. And it's like it's going to be a dead time. The Times can't really do anything but turn around and throw his ulti. It's really about it. He's getting slowed. Lina's coming in for the kill. She might be able to throw a stun. She does throw a stun, does land perfectly. Times forces to pop his ulti. Gets turned into a sheep. So no refresher activated for you. And now Time. Oh man, Time's going to be going down too. There's the Medallion Courage used by Bounty Hunter. Just one more attack is all they really need. Tiny gets himself a avalanche, and there's Tiny going. Oh, sorry, there's a Tidehunter going down. And now Kunkka's on the run. It's like, oh, holy crap, guys. These guys are very scary. We have Puck. Puck gonna blink away while she can. She illusion her orb. She's trying to shoot as much as possibly can. Tiny's going for a dataless of his own, so he's doing massive amounts of damage right now. Put that on top of crit, and we got Lina getting Sheep Stick off on top of who's this Kunkka. Kunkka getting Orc and Malevolent stuff, and a lot of damage coming out from Invoker. His combination falling through. Jesus, look at all the damage coming out from Lina. Oh, sorry, look at all the damage coming out on top of him. CK pops himself a reality. He pops himself a Mantis as well. He wants to try to go for the kill on top of somebody. I saw somebody use a refresher. I'm not too sure who it was. I think it was Invoker. Yes, Invoker does have a refresher, guys, so he's going for that massive amount of damage. He's trying to get his combination off twice, and this is a dead CK, and this Ancient will be going out here very soon. And by golly, guys, I think the Radiant done lost. Look at the damage going up for Tiny on this. Oh my god, this Ancient should be down, falling up just as fast. It's like the Ancient is a tower.
Radiant's Ancient is under attack.
And yeah, so the Dire were able to pick up the victory on this. Not too terribly surprised. GG, well played. GG, well played indeed on both sides. And man, talk about disappointments, I guess. That was one of those games. That was one of those games, guys, where you just feel sad. So, like I said, this game was sent in by somebody. I don't know exactly who it was sent in by, but it was probably sent in by somebody on the Dire side. Let me go ahead and pause real fast, so I can check and see if they responded to my message. This was once again a Dota 2 casted from Reddit, or Dota 2 Reddit casted. I guess I should keep saying it like that. And as soon as I can get the page up, see if they responded, I can throw shoutouts to them. Yes, they did throw a shout out, so cool. I was just saying, wasn't to buy Invoker, so thank you, what don't, for sending this replay in. You played extremely well, and you got your refreshment and everything, but the only thing I would argue about the reason why you guys won is because the Radiant didn't prepare for you guys late game, and you guys just held in. You have a bounty hunter, you have a lot of free gold, you have a Tiny who can destroy towers like crazy, so that's the reason why you won the game. So, once again, thank you, Wait Don't, for sending this game. This was a very interesting game. It was an hour-long game, but I can throw aside. There's always hour-long games in Dota. You can't always have the 35-minute games, but this is, like I said, a very interesting game to watch and cast and talk about why the Radiant were losing their advantage. And I said it once, I say it twice, I say it a third time. It's because they didn't prepare for the late game. I see one BKB on their side, and versus the Dire side, I mean, you need BKBs. There's an Invoker who does all of his damage as magic damage. If you pop a BKB, Invoker can't do jack squat to you. If you pop a BKB, Lina can't do jack squat to you. And Lina got so many kills, 15 kills for Lina. At least 7 of those kills should not have happened. Invoker had 15 kills and 27 assists. Same thing for him. At least 7 of those kills should not have happened if they would just build BKBs, especially CK, who wants to jump in and do all the damage. So that's the reason why these guys lost. And also Tidehunter, he kind of rushed Blink Dagger, and that was a very, very flimsy build. He didn't really have any stats to help him out in the mid game, so he was kind of just dying a lot. So anyway, like I said, my name is Cool Blue. I hope you guys enjoy the cast. Thank you once again, Wait Don't, for sending in this cast, and also big shout out to the Dota 2 Reddit cast it for having that page. It's an awesome source for Dota 2 cast for all those trying to be casters. Definitely go there and cast there. Nice place to start. And hope you guys enjoy the cast. I'll see you guys whenever.